Welcome to this short tutorial where we're going to explore the impact of marginal gains in helping you to produce more competitive bid submissions. You may have heard of the aggregation of marginal gains before. The concept was first pioneered by the British cycling team, but has since been applied in many other sports. The goal is to achieve a 1% margin of improvement in everything that you do. If you improve in every area by just 1%, then those small gains will add up to a remarkable improvement. For example, to win a football match, all you need to do is score more goals than the other team. Football coaches are, however, increasingly looking at a wider range of other statistics in evaluating the performance of their teams. How much possession of the ball did they have? How many attempts did they make on the goal? How many shots were on target? What percentage of tackles were won, and what percentage of passes to teammates were made successfully? Having more possession doesn't guarantee that a team will win. There are plenty of examples of teams who've had more possession but still lost the match. Statistically, however, the team with the most possession is more likely to win. If therefore your team can improve their ball possession by 1%, then their chances of winning also improve. Imagine if the same team also improved by 1% in terms of winning tackles, and in completing passes, and in creating more attempts on goal. If all these small marginal gains are added together, suddenly this team starts to look far more formidable. Most organisations only apply a single measure to their bid writing. Did we win or did we lose? This is sometimes translated as a win rate percentage. Perhaps you've won 5 tenders out of 10, or 50%. This figure is helpful to a point, but it doesn't necessarily help you to understand what you need to do to improve this to, say, a 55% or a 60% win rate. So let's apply some marginal gains thinking. Firstly, we need to break the bid process down into specific individual functions, then consider how we might measure the success of each function. Consider your process for making bid-no-bid decisions when you first decide on whether to bid for a new opportunity. Many organisations apply a series of criteria to inform this decision. This may include, for example, an estimation of the level of bid writing resource required, or a prediction of the number of competitors who may also bid. Having made the decision to bid, very few organisations then revisit this and review it after the conclusion of the bid competition. Imagine that your bid scored poorly. This could be because it was a good opportunity but your response fell short of your true capability. It could, however, be that your initial decision to bid was misjudged and your organisation was not well suited for the opportunity as you first thought. It could be that the bid required more writing resource than you expected, or that more competitors bid for the opportunity than you predicted. It could be that the buyer's feedback suggested that you were far less well qualified to bid than your own initial analysis suggested. Ultimately, you want to dedicate less resource to speculative opportunities which you have a lesser chance of winning, and focus instead on well-matched opportunities where the chances of winning are much higher. You need a 1% improvement in your bid-no-bid decision making. There are plenty of other areas where you can apply marginal gains in bid writing. Could you be 1% better in setting and keeping to internal timeframes for writing and reviewing draft bid responses? Could you provide 1% more training and development to better upskill your staff who are involved in bid writing? Could you be 1% faster in scheduling your first bid project meeting and get everyone involved in the opportunity up to speed sooner? Could you make your pricing 1% more competitive without compromising on quality or commercial viability? This list is not exhaustive or prescriptive. You may be able to come up with your own suggestions for more 1% factors. The key is to focus on factors which are tangible and measurable, and which have a direct contributory impact on your chances of bid success. Addressing feedback that you receive from buyers on your bid responses can be a helpful way to consider marginal gains. Whilst buyers often provide feedback, it is frequently the case that suppliers fail to objectively review this to inform the continuous improvement of their responses. Buyer feedback normally provides pointers on how well you addressed the specification, how thoroughly you answered the question, and how competitively you priced your offer. If buyer feedback is identifying common shortfall issues on multiple bids, this can help you to pinpoint improvement activity and better inform your bid strategy. Feedback isn't always helpful, and there are some occasions when buyers may only offer you lip service feedback, which fails to really help identify improvement areas. It is important to always ask for feedback though, for both unsuccessful and successful bids, as you never necessarily know what insight this may reveal. As a minimum, a good buyer should be willing to tell you how your response is scored against their criteria, how your response is scored in relation to the winning bidder, how many bids in total they received, and where you ranked in the process, i.e. second, third, fourth, etc. Information such as this will indicate if you were competitive and tease out any questions where you may have either excelled or fallen down. The term critical non-essentials was originally coined by Dr. Paddy Lund, a dentist from Australia, and has similarities to the theory of marginal gains. Critical non-essentials refers to things which invariably have a critical impact on performance, albeit they are equally not in themselves essential to the process. Imagine, for example, you are choosing a new dentist. You have a shortlist of two. One has a basic patient waiting room, whilst the other offers comfortable seating, a range of current magazines to read, a free coffee machine, and a welcoming vase of fresh flowers. Which do you choose? Having a comfortable waiting room is not essential to the dentist offer. It doesn't make her a better dentist. It is arguably, however, critical to her business offer. It shows an emphasis on customer service, which will likely have strong appeal for her customers. You can't tangibly measure the benefit that the more comfortable waiting room offers, but we nevertheless still recognise this as a benefit. There are several critical non-essentials you can apply in bid writing. For example, you may introduce software such as Huddle, SharePoint, Microsoft Teams, or specialist bid writing software. Packages such as these are not essential, but can still offer a critical advantage in terms of how you manage and prepare your bid responses. You can also consider the environment where you prepare your bids. For example, the team bidding on behalf of London to host the 2012 Olympics was based at Canary Wharf. It certainly wasn't essential to base the bid team there, but by basing the team in a landmark setting, with inspiring views over the city which they were representing, was bound to offer a critical advantage. Consider your own offices. Do they provide a comfortable and inspiring environment which gets the best out of your bid writers? Could small changes make a difference? Of course, not everyone responds to the same critical non-essentials. For example, some writers deliver their best material when they can listen to background music, whilst for others, background music can be an unwelcome distraction. You need to focus on what works best for your own team. We hope you found this tutorial to be helpful. Please feel free to check out the other tutorials on our website or get in touch to find out more.